What's up guys, Maniacs here, and welcome to Back in the Box. Now what you guys are seeing right now is just basically a still image of what the game actually does when you start it up. Now the reason that you guys are just seeing that is because this game doesn't actually have a menu or anything like that. And this game just came out today on Games Jolt, and the reason that I want to play it, much like a lot of games that I like about this, is this game is more of like a simulation, I guess is the easiest way to say it. And it's about a game, or this game, as you guys can tell from the board, is it's a Monopoly board. Hopefully I won't get sued or, copyright infringement for this, but basically the developer built this game in a short amount of time to kind of go along with a speech by somebody that is very, very important. It's a speech that the developer really likes. I probably should have actually had the name of the speaker written down somewhere, and I don't. I apologize. I'll probably put it up on the screen right now so you guys can see, but the reason that I wanted to play this game is I actually just launched this game a second ago, and I realized that the speech starts almost immediately as you jump in, so that's why I'm kind of talking right now. I'm gonna actually let the speech go through, and I'm gonna let it go through the entire thing, and I don't know how long the speech actually is. I think it's only a couple minutes or two, but I want you guys to pay attention to it. And while I'm doing it, if there's a pause, I might make a comment, but I actually got through one of the first section, then it paused for a minute, and then it started back up again. So I might make a comment here and there, but I want you guys to listen to it. And I know this is very, very weird, and it's not much gameplay or anything like that, but I love these style of games because you can definitely tell when a developer has it's something that's very passionate to them, and they really like something, like a favorite quote or anything like that. I want you guys to listen to it and kind of think about what it means and kind of go with the symbolism of the Monopoly board and everything. Pay attention to it, and then I'll talk about it. So I know this is very weird, but I wanted to check this game out because I wanted to see what it was about. I wanted to listen to it. So I'll go ahead and start the game up. And this is how it starts. You start literally here on a board. The music's playing. It's very peaceful and everything. And then the guy should be
Now, my grandmother was a wonderful person. She taught me how to play the game Monopoly. She understood that the name of the game is to acquire. She would accumulate everything she could, and eventually she became the master of the board. And eventually, every time, she would take my last dollar, and I would quit in utter defeat. And then she would always say the same thing to me. She'd look at me and she'd say, "One day, you'll learn to play the game." One summer, I played Monopoly with a neighbor almost every day, all day long. We'd play Monopoly for hours. And that summer, I learned to play the game. I came to understand the only way to win is to make a total commitment to acquisition. I came to understand that money and possessions, that's the way that you keep score. And by the end of that summer, I was more ruthless than my grandmother. I was ready to bend the rules if I had to win that game. And I sat down with her to play that fall. I took everything she had. I destroyed her financially and psychologically. I watched her give her last dollar and quit in utter defeat. And then she had one more thing to teach me. Then she said, "Now it all goes back in the box."
Oh, I missed that. What did that say?
All those houses and hotels, all the railroads and utility companies, all that property, and all that wonderful money. Now it all goes back in the box. I didn't want it to go back in the box. No, she said, none of it was really yours. You got all heated up about it for a while. But it was around a long time before you sat down at the board. And it will be here after you're gone. Players come, players go. But it all goes back in the box. Houses and cars. Titles and clothes. Filled barns, bulging portfolios, even your body. Because the fact is that everything I clutch and consume and hoard is going to go back in the box, and I'm going to lose it all. There's not much of an ROI on that. So you have to ask yourself, when you finally get the ultimate promotion, when you've made the ultimate purchase, when you buy the ultimate home, when you have stored up financial security and climbed the ladder of success to the highest rung you can possibly climb it, and the thrill wears off, and it will wear off, then what? Surely you understand. It'll never be enough. So you have to ask yourself the question, what matters?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that was the entire speech right there. That was, what, about 5 minutes? That was a very, very powerful speech. And I love the music and everything that goes with it, the visuals and everything like that. The board seemed to vanish right there while I was doing it. So I know this is really weird, and a lot of people would probably be a little pissed, but I absolutely love these style of games because it takes a lot to design one of these. It seems the music stops. Okay, that kind of sucks. I'll probably put something in, or I'll try to loop the music that was playing. I can't really do it without the guy talking. And now I'm just in this vast emptiness. But I loved the message that this game had, and I liked that speech. I wish I actually knew what the guy's name was. I should have looked it up. But that was a really good speech. And I know a lot of people will have their own opinions on that thing, but I completely agree with what that guy said, in the sense that no matter how far you go, no matter how much you work, it will never be enough. And you can, even if you, like, no matter how many, like, for somebody like me, no matter how popular I get on YouTube, and no matter how grateful I would be for everybody, you know, it's, I guess you could say, is it's kind of like it's never enough in their own sense, because, like, particularly for me, I base the videos and the, you know, if people enjoyed them off of the views and everything that I get on each video. So if a video gets a lot of views, it means people enjoyed it, and when I do that, I get more subscribers. So there's, what, 6 billion people in the world, or 6 to 7 billion people, or it's probably closer to 8 by now. And how many people have YouTube channels? So even if I get 1 million subscribers, 10 million subscribers, like 40 million subscribers, which would never, absolutely never happen. Like PewDiePie, for instance, I think he's got like the most subscribers on YouTube, doesn't he? Something like that. Anyway, he's got 40 million subscribers, but it's never enough, because that means that, yes, there's 40 million people that have access to your videos, but then there's also, you know, 6,500,000,000 people that don't have access to your videos, or don't even know about you, or might not know about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sound like a pretentious douche. I'm just going with that, you know, there's always that level. Like, obviously, as a YouTuber, you want to get as many views and as many subscribers and everything as you can, because that means you're providing content to that many people. That many people has access to your videos to be entertained, and that's what I love. You know, obviously, having subscribers, having views and everything is a good feeling, because it means people watched it, but the more people that watch it and everything, the more satisfaction I get, in the sense that that means somebody watched the video and they hopefully enjoyed it and they watched it, and I want to entertain as many people in the world as I possibly can. So that's what I'm trying to get at, is, you know, the higher those numbers, that means more people have access to your entertainment, and hopefully you can entertain those people. And I know this, there wasn't any gameplay. It was just me walking around a little bit. I didn't actually walk. I could have walked the entire length of the board, but that was a standard Monopoly board. You guys know what one looks like, hopefully. But I love that speech, in the sense that no matter how far you go, no matter how high you climb, you know, it's what matters to you, is what, I guess, in your own way, it's what matters, you know. I can kind of zoom out. I can't walk or anything like that. Okay, it was kind of weird when I hit the shift key, it kind of zoomed out. But yeah, it's more along the lines of what matters to you is what keeps you going, I guess. Like again, for me, like, my main goal for doing my YouTube channel, everything, is to entertain people, and that's what keeps me going. That's what makes me come home from work and record videos and upload them, and hopefully have you guys watch them and enjoy them. So that's why I wanted to choose this game. I know I played a couple of them here and there, that more or less the story is like you're just going through the journey that the game is providing you, and then I'm giving my own opinion on it. So, like, again, it's like no matter how far you go, you know, doesn't matter how far you climb, no matter how high you go, I guess, you know, there's always going to be that point where you're going to end up hitting like a brick wall. And at that point, it's completely what matters to you. I'm, you know, again, everybody might have their own opinion and their own acknowledgement of what this game is about and what that actual message and everything was about. So, I don't know. I like these games because I like to give my opinion on them. I like to listen to them and understand them. So what he was saying was, You know, again, no matter how far you go, no matter how much you gain, no matter how many things you buy, no matter how much amazing stuff, no matter how many dreams you kind of go with, like going with that, like everybody has a car that they really like, or a house that they want to buy, or their favorite job, or their dream job. Everybody has dreams and everything. Even though you might, if you get lucky, you might be able to make one of those dreams come true in your life. Or if you're super lucky, you might be able to make all of them, come true in your lifetime. Once you do that, then what do you look forward to? And that's what matters to you most. It's like what deep down really matters to the point that that keeps you going, I guess is the easiest way to say it. Because it's like, okay, give this one person everything in the world. Once they have everything that they want, what do they have to look forward to? Seriously, like if you think about that, like everybody gets up and goes to, most grown-ups and everything get up, they go to work because they have to pay for their house, they have to pay for food, they have to pay for all of that stuff. But if you literally had every single thing given to you, you didn't have to worry about money, nothing, you owned everything in the world that's ever existed, what is there to look forward to? And that's where you have to think about, okay, what really matters to me? Just because I have all of these things, kind of like that, going with that saying, money can't buy happiness. Because, I mean, some people it can. Some people it can buy them happiness. That's great. That's awesome for them. But, it's what really matters to you. And to me, one thing that matters and what makes me do what I do is entertaining people. I like doing it. I like making people laugh. I like making people scared and getting scared with me when I play a horror game. All that stuff. I love it. I really, really do. And that's what I really personally enjoy. So if by some miracle someday I ever reach 1 million subscribers, I'm not going to stop. I'm not just going to stop making videos, and I'm not just going to, change who I am. I'm going to stay the same as I always have been. And I'm not going to change. I hate the fact that some people try to put on a mask in today's society because they have to hide themselves. No, I hate that. I really do. Going back to what I've said multiple times before this, you should never have to hide who you truly are. And, unless, if you love doing something, then go do it. Or if you love listening to particular music or watching a TV show or watching a movie or playing a certain video game, just play it, do whatever you want to do. As long as you're not hurting yourself or hurting anybody else, or you're not like breaking the law or anything like that, just do it. Like, you shouldn't have to hide yourself or hide what you enjoy doing behind a mask. And I never will. I really do not. I am not somebody that gets embarrassed easily. I really, really am not. I literally, as far as I know, like, it takes a lot to, make me mad, or I get frustrated at, technology and stuff, but it takes a lot when it comes to human interaction to, piss me off or embarrass me. Literally, it's very, very difficult because I have no shame at all. I'll pretty much do anything. If it's entertaining, I'll do it. So, yeah, so I don't know. I guess going with that, I know some people might get mad at me doing a video on this, but I really enjoy it. Developer, I like the game that you made. And developer only made this in like an hour. Granted, it was still a very, very simple game. There was hardly anything to it. It was all basically based on the speech. But I like the speech and I like the message that it actually portrays. So anyway, if anybody wants to check the game out for yourself, obviously there'll be a link to the game in the description below. I highly recommend go downloading it and just playing it for yourself so you can actually get the full experience of the actual being in the world and checking it out and listening to the music, because I kind of turn that stuff down when I do a recording. I probably had it turned up while the speech was going on, but seriously, the music, everything was great. I like the visuals. The game is very basic. The only thing that this game is missing, in my opinion, is the fact that the music isn't looping after you tend to die, or after the board falls. Or what I think would be kind of cool is if the board, like, if you guys get what I'm saying, is if the board collapse when it says all goes back in the box and you started falling, and at the end, like, it showed everything like very far away below me, like straight down would be the Monopoly box, and you would start to see the money get placed back in there. You would start to see the dice get placed in there. You'd see the board get placed in, and then you land on it, and maybe you can walk around and just look at the bigger stuff. I know this game is not being developed anymore. I don't know. I think that would have been kind of a cool little feature to add. So when he says everything goes back in the box, everything is being put back in the box, as you can see as the game plays. I don't know, the game's not being developed anymore, but I don't know, that would just be a cool idea in my opinion. So anyway, again, if you guys want to check this game out for yourself, there'll be a link to the game in the description below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys have your own opinion? Feel free to let me know what you guys feel and what you guys took from that speech in the comment section below. And thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to check out some of the other videos that I've done, and I will see you guys next time. Maniacs out. This is really hard. Oh god, I messed up. God damn it. And this one is, you're afraid to fall and hit the ground in your dreams, in your projects. Now, going with that again, it goes back to the whole thing, is it bad?